Yo, what's up guys? My name is Nemi22, or just Nemi, and just making this video today to talk to you guys about the Starlight-12 Meidum, and just give you some info about the next drop a little bit early. So yeah, let's get into it. First of all, again, I'm Nemi. I stream Apex. I stream Apex at a decently high level. I'm currently trying to get like very good mechanically at the game, have very good aim, very good movement, all that stuff. If that sounds interesting to you, hit me up, hit up my stream. The goal of my stream is to, help you guys improve by, just watching me, seeing how I do it, and to just give you guys like specified tips on stuff about like Kovacs, how to play the game, like what you should be looking to do, if you're trying to improve at the game, yada yada yada. So, if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and watch my stream. In terms of my game experience, I have thousands of hours in CS. I played CS at a decently high level, and ranked. But I mostly just, did the movement stuff for CS. It's what I liked doing, like b-hopping. So yeah, if you guys are trying to see if I'm like good at games or whatever, look at my stream. Honestly, I'm not gonna like say I have I have 22 years of Quake, it's not my thing. But yeah, I will say that I am around Jade benchmarks in Voltaic, if that's what interests you. For anyone who doesn't know, Voltaic is an AIM community for Kovacs who makes rankings, and that is a decent rank. Alright, anyways, my hand size is 18 by 11, so I have fucking thick hands, wide boy hands. So if that matters to you in like terms of my opinions, then you can take that into consideration. I do like wider mice. I've had a lot of mice. Pretty much all of the ones that are commonly talked about, I've had them. I'm not gonna name them off, but I'll drop a list in the description if that's, if you want to see that. Yeah. Let's see here. And I use claw grip. The way I use claw grip isn't the same way as everyone else. I don't choke up on my mouse very much. I actually prefer like, the hump of the mice is usually like near my knuckles instead of like the back of my palm. So that's just how I like it. This does cause a bit of an issue for me on most mice where I cannot, I have a hard time clicking the side button that's towards the front of the mouse. And I will go over that with the Starlight and what my experience is. But yeah, I think that's all of the information that you might need to like put it in perspective of how I view the mice. So yeah, I'll just go into the basic Starlight info. Actually, no, before that, I'll tell you about the next drop. Next drop is gonna be, the Starlight Phantom. So anyone who knows what the Phantom is, they have this mouse, this older mice called the Ultralight Phantom. It has blue accents with the white dots on it, the white splatter. So basically what they're doing is they're gonna do something similar to that. They're calling it the Starlight Phantom. We don't know what the design will look like yet. But there are going to be 25k units produced, and anyone who has a Starlight Phantom, or not a Starlight Phantom, but the Ultralight Phantom, like from the old mouse, will have some kind of reservation to get the new mouse. So if you have it, you prove that you have it, and boom, you have some kind of way to get the new mouse. That's all they've said. It could not be true. They might be, capping. It's in all likelihood they probably are, but who knows? It's Finalmouse at the end of the day. They could really just do anything, and that's sort of what they do. Anyways, let's go into the Starlight now. So I'm mostly here to give you guys like a shape comparison so that you understand what the new shape is like, because all of the basic features of the mouse are like, everyone pretty much knows them at this point, but just in case you don't, I'll go over them. I do have a perfect QC copy, so keep that in mind. My LOD is great, my clicks are great, everything is great. So I'm not going to go into all the QC issues. I'll leave that up to you about what you think about that. I didn't have that experience, so I'm not going to go into it. Alright, so the clicks, really good. They're a little bit heavy, but overall, really good. They rebound up very nicely. They feel very crisp. I really like them. So the scroll wheel, it's a scroll wheel. It does scroll wheel things. Feels pretty good. The steps are like semi-defined. Yeah, the scroll wheel click is heavy as fuck. It's really, really heavy. I don't like it. I feel like my finger is working out trying to click this down and spam it, which in Apex, this is how I ping stuff. So as you can see, it's kind of annoying to spam. Anyways, but yeah, not really that big of a deal, kind of a nitpick. The side buttons are good. I do wish they were positioned a bit farther back, but I think for most people, they'll like them. The click is really good on them. They click down very nicely, very crisp. There's not that much travel. But yeah, they're pretty good. The build quality of this mouse, obviously, if you don't have QC issues, the build quality is just absolutely phenomenal because it's made out of metal. So yeah, except for the bottom part, but who cares? That's supposed to be on the mouse pad anyways, so just don't flex the bottom part and you'll probably be all good. Let's see. The mouse feet are probably the best stock feet I've ever experienced. I really like them. They're not rounded, I don't think, but again, I don't really notice the difference between that and rounded feet that much. Yeah, they feel really good though. DPI button is good. It's a DPI button. Probably not going to be using it that often. It's not in really a position where you're going to accidentally click it, I don't think, but I've never really had that problem. So if you do have that problem, you maybe just want to look at the mouse and decide if you have problems with that yourself, because I just don't know. A lot of people are a little bit anal about the holes on the side. I really couldn't care less about the holes on the side. I don't really feel them when I'm playing. Maybe if you're like absolutely monkey gripping the mouse, it might be annoying, but you can probably just pick up some BTL grips, problem solved. So yeah, really your call on that one. Let's see, the paint job. I mean, I don't necessarily like the design, but my paint job is perfect. I guess it looks like correct. I don't really like the design too much, but I do think that the metal is beautiful. Like the way the light reflects off of it. The way that it just looks in general, like when you look closely, it looks very nice. I don't know if probably doesn't matter to most people, because if you're looking to buy this mouse, you're probably just looking for good aim. Yeah, so I'll get into that now. Oh, I guess I should tell you about the wireless. The wireless feels really good. It feels really low latency. Yeah, it feels really good. I don't have any complaints. Feels great. Latency feels good. Not exactly sure what the latency is, but it doesn't really feel at all different than other mice. So yeah, I think that's it. That's probably all I need to go over. My LOD, by the way, I can slightly hover the mouse and still get slight tracking. As you can see, I'm slightly hovering here. My mouse is off the pad. So yeah, I just don't have this issue that everyone else is having with the LOD. But it is a QC issue, so just keep that in mind, because mine is a perfect QC copy and I'm just not having that issue, so it's not intended. Yeah, let's see what else. All right, I think it's about time to go into the shape. People have been comparing this to like the Viper Ultimate and like the XM1. It's smaller than that by a sizable amount. On Zai's website, or not, I'll say Rocket Jump Ninja's website, it says that the grip width of this mouse is supposed to be larger than that of the XM1. I can tell you, it feels way smaller. The grip width feels equivalent to Viper Mini. So yeah, I'm really not sure what that's coming from, but it feels smaller. So that being said, the grip width feels smaller. The height is smaller than all of those mice as well, including the Viper Mini, especially on the back of it, because the back of the hump is in the middle, so the back of the mouse is not very high up at all. So if you're coming from, let's say, Viper Mini, XM1, or Superlight, this is going to be a different experience because the shape is more aggressive in pretty much every aspect, because your palm is going to be a lot lower when you're clawing it than all of those other mice. So keep that in mind. What I will say is that I came from the XM1, and after I got used to my palm being a little bit lower, which really didn't take long, I think I am better with it. Although I will say it's comfortable, but I don't think it's as comfortable as having that high up back. But the reason they don't have it is because it would hurt other grip styles. So if you're using fingertip, that high back might fuck up your verticality a little bit, because it would limit it. Same with palm, like having palm on a mouse with a high back will mess up palm a little bit. So I can see why they wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, it feels good though. I really like it, but like I said, it does feel smaller than all of those other mice in one way or another. So I would just keep that in mind. It is not like an XM1 size mouse. It is smaller than that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And if you're a claw grip user and you're coming from a mouse with a high back, then you might want to consider that you might not like this mouse just because it doesn't have that high back that you get from like the Viper Mini or the XM1, even the Hati S or the Starlight, not the Starlight, but the Superlight, might not be your thing. So you should maybe try a different mouse out first with a lower back that's cheaper than this one, because right now, you know, even on the next drops, you're gonna get it for $190, or you're gonna get it off of eBay for upwards of $300 to $500, which I did not pay that, by the way. I got mine off drop. But I would not recommend you pay that much for a mouse. I don't think that it's going to improve your aim that much. So yeah. Let's see here. I think that's the main thing I'm gonna say. I think that'll help you guys like understand the shape of the mouse more. Like, in terms of other mice that you probably have. It is not as big as people are describing it commonly. It is smaller than that. I would still, this is like on the smaller side of medium, I'd say still. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good description of it. Hopefully that helps you guys, and hopefully that info on the next drop is good. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.